part of it you could use a calculator for, and part of it you couldn't. And part of it you could use a cheat sheet, and the other part you couldn't. Now, I'm going to allow you guys to use a calculator on the whole exam. However, some of these are going to require that you do show some work. So, and there's some on the review like this. It does say to draw a triangle. When you're trying to find the exact value, when it mentions that, you want to make sure you do show me some work, because your calculator can give you the answers for these. So, so chapter 2 was basically on the triangle within the circle, so the unit circle we talked about. So our unit circle, so within this we talked a lot about special right triangles. So you should be able to convert back and forth between degree and radians. Within that, we talked about those reference angles, and again, that's where we took our coordinate system and we drew triangles within there. So within this so if we had a triangle in this quadrant, everything would be positive. So this is where we talked about like all students take calculus and the positive values associated with that. Guys. Oh, S does not want to draw for me. So a big one on the exam that I'll need to see your work is when I ask you to find the exact value of something. And I might just show you an example of that so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So if I say find the exact value of sine of, let's do like 5 pi over 3. So if I ask you to do the exact value of 5 pi over 3, you could put that into your calculator and your calculator would tell you that. So I'm okay with you using your calculator to check it. However, if I ask you to show your work for this, I want you to draw what this looks like. So 5 pi over 3 would be in this third quadrant over here, right? No, would it be in the, actually it'd be in the fourth, right? Yeah, because it's just a third of a pi short of a full 2 pi. Now, if you're someone who, you're not great with radians and you want to switch that back to degrees, that would be 300 degrees if you switched it to degrees. Do you want me to remind you how to switch it over? Do you guys remember? Okay. So this, it's just multiplied by pi, 180 over pi. But at the same time, I'm okay with this. Like, I'm comfortable with that, but I teach, math. So I understand that not everyone, that's like their thing they're comfortable with. So it's okay.
And we do get our note cards?
Yeah, you get both sides of a half sheet or a full sheet front side. And I do have some note cards, like card stock if you want it. So the 5 pi over 3 though, I'm going to write this, I'm going to set up my triangle using my 30, 60, 90. So since it's 300, technically this is a 60-degree angle here, or pi over 3. So when I go over here, that's going to be 1. This is down, so that's going to be a negative square root of 3 because it's down. And then this is 2. And the way I know it's 1 square root of 3 and 2 is because it's a 60-degree angle. That's our special right triangles of 30, 60, 90. And this seems like a long time ago, so I mean, I understand if you're a little like rusty with it. But then when I go to like write that sine is so it's opposite over hypotenuse. So I want to see like this triangle drawn out to show your work. Because some of your calculators will just tell it to you this way. Some of yours won't. It would just give you a crazy decimal. And so I prefer that you guys show me the work that goes with that for those exact values. And there is some practice in your review on that, so hopefully kind of jogs your memory there. I think the last thing is area of sector and arc length. There was 2 formulas with that. And this is actually not on the review. But you can also remember, guys, we have a review for every single chapter. So if you're ever like, I want to look at a problem like that, we have an exam or a test review for every chapter. So it might not be bad just to go look at those test reviews from each chapter if you still have them. So these are formulas. There's a formula for radians and one for degree. And with our exam review packet that you guys have, this is not all encompassing. Again, so understand that just because it's on the review, obviously means it's probably going to be on the exam. But just because it's not on the review means it could also be on the exam. Like I said, something like this didn't show up on the review, but that could be an exam question. Okay? So I don't have every problem absolutely possible on here. It's probably pretty close though. So those are things that you guys probably have on note cards. So using your note cards wisely, or like kind of like strategically writing these out based on what you guys have already. I'll get you guys some more note cards if you guys would like them. I do want to do a